Morning guys, CryptoMark back on the next weekly instalment of the KRC20 wallet tracking journey. KRC20s obviously being meme coins on the Kaspa network. These are the ones in question that were bought down the left hand side. Bought around $10 to $12 worth, in and around the turn of the year for most of them, so December, January. Total cost of $280, thereabouts, and yeah, 280, and current running cost, current running value, should I say, 247. It's been a mixed bag, up and down and stagnant for large portions of time. Some doing well, some not doing well, some haven't died, and obviously we've got some that are doing quite well, which are obviously making up for the ones that haven't, and that's kind of what you'll find if you buy a big pot of any assets. Some will do well, some will do exceptionally well, some will do rubbish, and what you hope is that the overall package produces a higher value than the cost basis as you move through time. So this exercise is just to chart this journey, essentially, really, just to see where we go with these KRC20s. They were in their more or less infancy when I jumped into them, and when I did buy the ones I bought on here were more or less when they first came out. And yeah, they've had mixed success, as you can see. So excuse me. So we've got Wolfie, top performer as per usual. We've got Pluto doing quite well. Very much a bounce up and down sort of one. It would be a really good one to swing trade if you could get a grip on it, really, but yeah, it's difficult. They're brand new. Well, they're not brand new, but they've got very small hold accounts, and not much volume makes them move. So yeah, you could do well at swing trading on it. You could also fail spectacularly, because it would probably more or less be a bit of a guessing game, if I'm totally honest with you. And a little bit akin to gambling, really. Up down swings, and it's difficult, like I say. I think they're too new, most of them, apart from the very top ones, to be in a position where you can do swing trading. But that's not my game anyway, it's buy and hold. So yeah, that's where we're at. We'll have a little look at some things. Kaspa, so the KRC20s themselves, the top 20, usual suspects in the top 10. I don't think they've changed more or less much since the very beginning, and we're at like 30, 37, 38, something like that. And most of these were in there. Zeal obviously came into play later along the line. It's newer than the rest of these on here. KS was quite new as well in comparison to the rest of most of them. Nacho was the big mainstay. I actually minted that on its release date back in September last year, I think it was. Yeah, so a lot of them are very involved with what's happening with Kaspa, what's happening with the new smart contracts. I know Nacho are involved. Nacho have got links in with Zeal. Some of what I found out, and what I listened to a couple of chats on X and things like that, you're going to have to bridge your KRC20s to the new smart contract format when it's released. And I know there was a bit of a hoo-ha with the delay and the pushback, and people have chucked the toys out the pram, for want of a better way of putting it, because the smart contracts have been delayed and it's affected the price. And it tends to happen in crypto. People are, dare I say, a little bit fickle when anything happens that deviates from what was said was going to happen. Then it just kind of, there can be chaos. What are you doing? Yeah, there can be chaos and turmoil, and then FUD, which is people spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You start seeing comments, Kaspa's going to zero, all this garbage, basically. And if you wanted to, and you looked back at when Bitcoin was doing what Bitcoin was doing in its infancy, it's basically rinse and repeat. The same people, there were people back then still saying the same things. It's dead, it's not going any above 8 cents or whatever it was at the time. And now look at it, it's kind of, people have got some egg on their face. But I'm not chastising anybody for how they want to play their crypto game in their crypto journey. It is entirely up to themselves. Much like yourselves watching this, you can do and choose to do exactly what you please. Please don't follow me. Don't do what I'm doing. It's not financial advice. It's just my take on how I see it. But yeah, it's everyone's got their own free mind, and they can do what they wish. What I can see personally with Kaspa is Bitcoin, the Bitcoin journey. So I can see Kaspa being Bitcoin back then, when it was in its infancy and it was getting going. It's a big juggernaut of a thing, but it needs adoption. It needs people to believe in it. It needs people to know what it is for a starter for 10, because if you don't even know what it is, then how can you sort of get involved and take it on and learn about it? And Kaspa's at that very early stage where a lot of people don't know about it, basically. There isn't a marketing team as such. There's no VC, there's no team as such that launched the project as it would be. There's no insiders, there's no capital fund, there's no venture capital fund. There's nothing like sort of pushing it and promoting it and marketing it. It's all through self marketing, really, from the people that are involved, or the people that have been mining it from the beginning. In the various, what groups we've got now with the KRC20s. You do have influencers, don't get us wrong. But yeah, there isn't a specific marketing fund or wallet where things can be funded out of that wallet. It's kind of basically, in essence, it's a community venture. So yeah, that's kind of what the difference is between you'll see some meme coins that are launched and they're on massive exchanges straight away. So they're probably doling out however much money it is that the exchanges want, however many thousands that they want, or however much supply that they want, which nobody can give an exchange, for example, X amount of supply of Kaspa, unless they're giving it out of their own money, that out of their own pocket that they've bought themselves. I can't see that people are going to massively do that, if I'm honest. No one's going to fund 50,000 to go on an exchange somewhere of their own money. I don't see it happening that way, but that is how other projects can do things if they've got a marketing wallet, and so they launch the token and they've got a set amount that is for marketing, and that's kind of a big difference. But yeah, impatience in crypto is kind of a bit of a it is what it is, really. That's exactly the situation, but it can be frustrating for people. I get that, and people want everything yesterday, like I've said before. Not chastising people, like I say, but everyone's different. But if you've got a long-term vision like I have with Kaspa, I can see what it does and the power that it has and all of the things that it will do. Then it's just a long game. Essentially, it's the long game. Wait for the smart contracts, and then we'll get disco dancing from there, and everything else that comes with it. So let's have a look at Kaspa itself on here. So the price action has been hit a little bit, like I've just alluded to before. 10 cents. We've come down to 7. Yeah, 7 cents at one point, hovering around the 8. It's been up 8, 9, in and around that for the past little while. I bought some more the other day, not a massive amount, just a smaller amount, but it just seems like silly not to at this stage when it's the price it is. Again, not financial advice, not encouraging anybody to do anything that they don't want to do themselves. Yep, so that's where we are with that. Kaspa.com's had a bit of a rebrand, I've seen. Certainly that they've got the test nets up here you can look at. They've got this landing page now on the front. They are one marketplace, learn about Kaspa. Scroll down, I've got just some detail about what they actually have, how many visitors and wallets connected, etc. And they've got some interesting things about Kaspa, so you can look into the guides. Shows you how things work, shows you how their reward system works for loyalty points and things. Frequently asked questions: what is Kaspa? Why is it different? So yeah, if you're not into Kaspa, and you probably wouldn't be watching this if you aren't. But if you aren't, or you know anybody that isn't, this might not be a bad shout for just sending them a link to this, just to have a look and get a high level idea of what it's all about. So we've got the marketplace, which is where we've been looking, which is where you can buy your NFTs. It's got them all listed here. The floor price, what I'm dreading seeing what it is, I'm not sure. 1700. Was it 500 or something not that long ago when I looked? Didn't get one. And then they've got good use cases with the Zeal in terms of fee discounts and various things like that. So yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't, unfortunately. I'll learn my lesson eventually one day, but you can't buy absolutely everything. But that was the one that's got away from us a little bit, so disappointed, but there we are. Yeah, learn Kaspa leaderboard domains. Again, we've got the KNSs, which I still see are going strong. And this is where you can buy these for these prices at the bottom here. Eureka's.kas. So if you own that, then basically I could send you a payment to Eureka's.kas and it would come into your wallet, or Heifer.kas. It's not particularly kind, is it? Heifer. Not in the UK anyway, it means someone big and fat. Yeah, so I've got my own, for example, CryptoMark.kas. So that would get cast to my wallet if anyone sent it there. I'm not asking you to, but I'm just saying if anyone sent a payment of Kaspa there, it would go into my wallet. So it's an easier way of getting paid than having the long address and the risk of putting something in wrong, that kind of thing. So yeah, definitely a good use case. And when Kaspa has more adoption, which again, it's that long game. When it happens, it'll happen. When it's on the big tier 1 exchanges, and then the adoption comes and all of that down the line, and companies and businesses start using it more, then they could have their own one of these .kas. So Nando's.kas, top of my head, whatever. And I can see a day where you could order Nando's online and pay with Kaspa at Nando's, and just pay Nando's.kas, send it, boom, done. Someone delivers it for you. Easy as that, isn't it, really? Yeah, so that's the benefit of these. And they're quite cheap, some of these, to be fair. I mean, you can inscribe your own for 35 KAS, but you can buy one even cheaper than that if you're not bothered about what it is. But yeah, so I've got some of them as well. And like other people, I've seen it as a bit of an opportunity, and I bought some where I think if that adoption does come, I've got some ones that potentially I could then sell on to certain companies who I think may adopt Kaspa at some point. Excuse me. And that's just a punt, isn't it? But it is what it is. It's all good fun. So we'll have a little look at X. I haven't got massive amounts to bring you today. Just try and keep it freshened up and just have a little look through X, see what I've got going on. Breaking news, I've seen this advertised. Someone was complaining about spelling mistakes or something in it, but so what, USDC on Kaspa. So yeah, that's coming. I think this might be to do with the event that's happening in Berlin, this post, potentially. But it's talking about Kraken, it's talking about this other exchange here. I don't really know what that is, but Whitebit. But USDC on Kaspa. Yeah, so that's good. And someone's done an overlay structure chart where it shows you the green is Kaspa and the orange is obviously the famous orange Bitcoin color. And it's showing you it following it, and then yes, that big massive upward curve, which we all hope will happen, and I'm sure it will. But again, it's just time. I'm not going to tell you it's tomorrow or in the next quarter or even in the next year. It's a long-term game, basically. So what's this? This is Whitebit that we've just seen there. Looking forward, high speed and scalable cryptocurrency based on the block DAG protocol. combining proof of work security with instant transactions. Kas is used for exchange, miners, rewards, and network maintenance. Okay, so that's coming soon to those guys. Whitebit. Oh, here we go. Bullish or bearish on the 8 grammatical errors. I've seen someone put a comment on saying they might have put the grammatical errors on purpose as free marking, basically, because then people will start talking about it on X. Look at this, the spelling mistakes on here. And all marketing is good marketing, isn't it? As they say, I mean, I know certain sporting people from my country and things who are a bit hot-headed and whatnot, that they'll just create news. If they're not in the news, they'll do something to create news to get themselves in the news. And that's kind of the same idea, because then when they're in the news, they're front and centre. People are talking about them, and obviously it's improving their status, value, whatever, you know what I mean? So yeah, interesting take on it. Probably a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but again, you can see that it's got people talking about it, so it's had the desired effect, isn't it? Whether the spelling mistakes are on purpose or not. It says today I swapped more of my Ethereum for Kaspa, 2 ETH for 100,000 Kaspa. I'm all in on Kaspa. So yeah, 100,000 Kaspa's a good amount, and obviously when people are talking about it being $1, $2, $5, $10 times that by that amount, 100,000, and it's not bad money. Yeah, a lot of people are focusing on this, aren't they? I speak 7 other languages, but I can see, double check my writings. See, again, people are talking about it, but you know, there we go. Kaspa forms like Bitcoin did in its second cycle. Kaspa could reach around $3 by late 2027. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's a fair comment. But there's always, I guess, with crypto, a lot of it is you're referring back to something else that's been, because that's all you've got a reference point to. Who knows what Kaspa might just be its own thing where it's totally different. But I guess the sensible thing would be to refer to something that's been, because it's a reference point, a marker. But yeah, in making these comparisons and things, I guess it is bullish, but everyone's guessing, really. What you just need to look at, and what I look at, are the fundamentals of Kaspa and what it has the capability of doing. And for me, that's being the best crypto that there is, essentially. Nothing will ever top Bitcoin, because it's that trust element, that first element, that the Satoshi story, the adoption story, all of what's happened is part of what Bitcoin now has become. But in terms of work and usability, Kaspa is a close second, in my opinion, because it is what Bitcoin wanted to be. Bitcoin wanted you to be able to buy a cup of coffee. Bitcoin wanted you to be able to do things. It's just the technology has become outdated because technology's moved on. So yeah, that's me 2 pence on it anyway. So yeah, more people focusing on these charts. Since spent 6 months diving deep into crypto communities, nothing comes close to what I've seen with Kaspa. The energy is different here. Zero drama, all builders, pure passion. What made you join the Kaspa community? So yeah, these are the scores. I think these are the scores off, unless it's his exercise, it might be the scores off CryptoMark.kas or something like that. But yeah, 99 or 90% bullishness, community sentiment, which is good. What's this? Which is market cap with the top 5 cryptos life changing case. Look at this and see in comparison. If Kaspa reaches the market cap of the top 5 cryptos, we're talking life changing gains. 1000x Kaspa. If it gets to ETH's market cap, 243x. XRP's 83, 57. I think everybody would take any of those numbers, to be perfectly honest. But again, for me, there's not an end game. It's just a continuous growth game, where once the adoption comes, it's be the snowball effect. Once the adoption comes, it'll just get better, more spoken about, more publicised everywhere, by word of mouth and by all this sort of stuff that you see on here. So yeah, it's It's all good. Oh, that's a salt beer guy in it dropping the salt. Again, more comments on this. If you people on no for this account, oh yeah, it's somebody, someone trying to scam. When in doubt, zoom out. Treasury update, another 185 Kaspa added to our treasury. $284,000, nice. Somebody again saying they bought more Kaspa, 40,000 in a day. That's like buying 28 Bitcoin. Wow. More people on this post. Oh, there's somebody jumping out and going into XRP. Oh well, fair enough. Like I say, you know, people have got their own attitude towards cryptos and their own, I suppose, levels and limits, and maybe they've got their own, people have set their own time frame, and if nothing's happened by X date, then that's it for them, they're gone. And again, that's fine. So people want to, how people want to do it, that's up to them, no problems. Kaspa t-shirt, I like these, to be fair. I'm going to have a look at this. All little kids in the Kaspa t-shirts. Right, I'm going to end the video. When I've ended this video, I'm going to have a look at these Kaspa t-shirts. Look good. I'll get one from your videos. Okay, guys. Yeah, just a little bit of high-level information, a little bit of my thoughts. Again, not financial advice. A little bit of detail on the chart, the journey that we're doing. I'm bullish. I'm not telling anybody to be what they want to be or don't want to be. That's up to them. But yeah, I'm just looking at the long game, as has always been the case. And yeah, that's it. Happy days. Anyone wants to know anything or wants to look at anything in particular, wants me to look at anything in particular, let me know. Please like, comment, share, all of those good things. I think I might be having the same viewers watching every week, and if I am, please comment and just say if you're enjoying it, or if you want to see us do something different in terms of the format or the layout or any of those things. I'm happy to interact and look at anything that people might want to say. So okay, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Take care. See you next week.